What's up, guys? NNN Weekly Report here. It's your boy Carlos Lavazari. I'm sitting here with Dakota Holmes Dodge and Justin Time Lavazari.
Praise Jesus.
And we're going to be talking about our reactions to Get Out, the movie by Jordan Peele, starring Daniel Kaluuya, the African witch doctor.
The sickle cell eye looking motherfucker?
You know he's English, right?
Really?
Yeah, he's British. I thought you could type here the entire time because he can't pick an American black accent to stick to. It's mad funny. But what were your thoughts about the movie?
It's a good movie.
What do you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
9.
Not a 10?
No, not a 10.
What would be
Definitely
a
not
10?
10. Charlie and Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp. I watched it again. It was really good. It's a really good movie. No, it's so good.
Bad movie.
Nah,
I mean, why do you think it's good?
Because Johnny Depp because what Johnny Depp does in Charlie and Chocolate Factory, we're not.
No,
Not
Johnny
an
Depp's
idea.
a 10. The movie's not a 10.
You know, Johnny Depp's a 10. The movie's
That's just...
But Johnny Depp's so good. And what Johnny Depp does is that, because the entire concept of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is kind of weird and slavery-ish.
Yeah.
And what he does is he has these weird flashbacks. He goes, Papa? And like he starts freaking out. Or he goes, yeah, these are perfectly trained squirrels, little girl. Like he makes Willy Wonka seem like the creep that he actually is. Whereas in the original one, Willy Wonka seems like a nice kind of guy with slaves. Like
so the Oompa Loompas are slaves.
the Oompa Loompas are indigenous, like Amazonian people that he just took and put them in a chocolate factory and they just live there.
But wasn't this story written in like the 1940s?
Yeah, 1929 or some shit like that.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Anyway, yeah, right. Anyway, what I like about Get Out is that it has a lot of replay value as far as when you're watching it. I mean, that's not the only thing I like. I like the social commentary about the liberal elite because especially older liberal white people who like tend to like baby boomers usually have like this.
What's a baby boomer?
A baby boomer is somebody who was born after World War II. So all the people came back from war and just fucked the shit out of their wives. And it was a whole baby boom of mad babies. All of those people who are liberal tend to believe that they're very woke because they had the Beatles and they did acid and they listened to Bob Dylan and they feel like that they have this great concept of open-mindedness and that they don't let you know from the beginning that they see you as a color. You know what I mean? Like, lots of things like, oh yeah, like, did you vote for Obama? Or I love Obama. Or like, I would have voted for him 3 times. Or, oh hey, my man, or talking to you in slang when you're around, but never using slang when you're not around, which means that they immediately see your color when they see you. And I think this movie does a great job of exposing how much color has a role on how you're treated, even by people who aren't, quote unquote, like racist, who aren't like conservatives or neo-Nazis, people who are very liberal.
I had to rewatch some clips on YouTube because I didn't notice how like when how that scene where the black guy's running towards the guy while he's smoking a cigarette, and he's like, "Oh, my father, he almost got over losing to Jesse Jackson." That's his name.
Jesse Owens.
Jesse Owens. I assume every black guy's last name is Jackson, but when like I was like, "Oh, that's why he's running so much, and he's running like that because he's a sprinter."
He's still training, and he's running in a black body because Jesse Owens. Yeah.
So he's like trying. I've got it, you know.
And also, you gotta think that the grandfather was the one who started it. He's also the one you see in the video when he's like, trapped in the chair. So the grandfather comes up with that idea after getting smoked by a black person. Goes, fuck! I got beat by a black person. How do I reach these kids? How do I get these black bodies? It's out the fucking window. Oh man! It just yeah.
I like the throwbackness of the movie. Like, it relates back to, like, the 1974 Stepford Wives and just the scenario of the bizarre suburban. I don't know.
What does a bizarre suburban mean?
I don't know, kind of like where they display this perfect suburban of white people.
What's the Stepford Wives?
Stepford Wives is another movie where they have this perfect suburban. It's this perfect community of upper middle class white people, and then they start taking the wives of the families and replacing them with robots of the same people.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then it becomes Perfect Wives.
That's
fucking movie.
fire.
That's a great.
I need me a
movie.
Stepford Wife.
Thanks.
I like movies a lot that show perfect white people lifestyles and then just show that they're shit. Those guys are pieces of shit.
Because the perfect white lifestyle is based on shit. If you read Between the World and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates, he describes the white lifestyle as that white people are living in like this dream world, like where they're all asleep. They're all asleep and they're living in like this dream world, and they're asleep and they're just like living in this perfect liberal white dream. But the bed that they're laying on is made out of the suffrage of the colored people of the entire world that they've like put down. And so we're real because we see, we're in the suffrage and we see it, and they live in this fucking dream. And movies like Get Out, movies like The Stepford Wives show this dream. They paint this dream very vividly and then throw in somebody who is very aware, you know what I mean, that these people are fucking asleep or that these people are not, you know what I mean. That's why Donald Glover's Redbone with the Stay Woke is there. It's all
that
links
was
together.
the whole point, because they're always in a dream state, kind of like mental wise, but like we're living the reality. We're living the oppression part, which is the you know how pain is real to only the people who can feel it. So like you can't, like if you go to a person who's unconscious, that's why they do surgery when you're unconscious. If let's say we're the ones who are conscious going through surgery, kind of, you know what I mean? So like that's why I feel like they're more making using the real anesthesia, which is their like lifestyles.
Yeah, which is whiteness. It is whiteness as a social ideal. That's the anesthetic that they use in order to make the surgery, to continue this analogy, easier in life. It's the aesthetic of being white. Another key part about Get Out is that they discuss racial triangulation by having one Asian person in the at the party. If you peep, there's only one Asian dude the entire thing. You saw it? You saw it? And what happens is because first of all, it represents the percentage of Asians in America. Like that's the right amount of Asians that should have been there. What happens is the Asian guy asks the question. He goes, he goes to the main character, Chris, who's played by Daniel Kaluuya, and he goes, do you find that being black has more advantages or disadvantages? Because with Asians, they are part of this elite where they're above black people but below white people because white people are xenophobic. So because they're foreigners, they're below white people. But because they're not black, they're above black people. And so it creates this triangle of like...
And then depending on the white person, some white people are really fascinated with Asia and all the different culture. Because Asia also kind of got civilized at the same amount, at the same time period as Western cultures did. Yeah. But in a very different way. So they also, some white people kind of hold them equal, and some people,
Some white people see Asia as this exotic mirror to Western culture.
It's alternate reality.
And some white people see them as fucking disgusting because they're xenophobic. And so, as an Asian person, you're like, is being a black person that much better, or isn't it? Because Asian people are, in fact, treated better than people in this country.
I have a theory, and a lot of people actually have this theory online, because I looked it up, and it turns out a few people thought this as well, that Asian is actually just someone who already went through the process. And that the surgery process itself isn't entirely towards black people, and that there are other cultures and races involved, and that is a white person in an Asian body, and he's thinking about switching out to a black person.
That's very possible, but the original person to come up with the procedure was doing it for black people. I would say that's possible as a theory, but it's mainly black people that it's happening to.
I feel like Asians haven't suffered as much as us, but they're just as interesting, I feel, because like when you think about it like this, like black people our stories don't align to white people's stories. Mm-hmm. We're like how Japanese or Asian people's stories
and there's gonna be
with white people's stories, how Superman and Dragon Ball Z align, whereas a person from a different
planet
also
because like
comes here.
The white people got into Asia way earlier.
Also,
you know what I'm saying? So those stories are influenced.
And mind you, there's gonna be
get into there after they got into slavery.
There's gonna be Asian and Japanese people who are gonna say to you, well, when we came here, we had internment camps, and when World War II happened, they killed Japanese people and put them in concentration camps, and they made Chinese people
when you look at photos of those Japanese people,
y'all
they got
came
suits
here
on
by choice. You guys also came to a racist country by choice.
Is it weird that I walked past an Asian guy and he was walking with two white girls, and immediately once I start walking past him, he's like, "Yo, word up," and then that's it. I'm like, "What word? What? What are you talking about?" Like,
one thing I don't like about the movie is that, I I don't know if this is Jordan Peele's decision as a director, but he did direct it, and he has a white mother. And it's that this movie supports, and he has a white wife. This movie supports the fragility of white women to black men. If this was Scream, or if this was any other horror movie, you would see a white woman get stabbed over and over again. You know how many horror movies I've seen a white woman just get her whole fucking guts spilled on the ground by some white man or by some masked villain? But because he's black, the two white women in the movie who were gonna kill him, when he kills them, the first one, the mother, you see him kill her, and it's very small and quick, and it's off camera. He kills the two men very viciously and very violently. He kills the mother like very quickly, and it goes off camera. You don't see her bleed. You don't see anything. And then when he kills, when he has a chance to kill the woman, he can't do it. He can't kill the girl that he's in love with, even though she was just about to throw him to the fucking wolves and let him die. He can't do it, and he doesn't kill her, and he nothing really happens to the white women because white women are so fragile in the black community and in maybe the mind of Jordan Peele. If this was any other horror movie, them bitches would have been destroyed. They would have been smoked very heavily.
Would you also have a white mother, so would you kill Sheila as quickly
but also,
as you would kill
outside of
if
race,
they were plotting to kill me, I would kill both of them, and I wouldn't hide the camera.
But outside,
if this was all some big ass plot to murder me,
outside of race, yeah, but that might have not hit him that fast. I mean, because not only do we know that he's a very sentimental guy, he already picked up the black lady that he ran over moments before then. Now the girl that he's probably in love with is dying in front of him, and he has the choice to choke her out.
Oh, maybe it has to do with women. Yeah, when the brother had him in the chokehold, I was kind of shook.
Yeah.
But I was like, what you gonna do? Niggas is already dead. The house is on fire. You gonna choke me out?
You gonna choke him out and get the fire extinguisher, put on the metal mask, and then be safe. And then go back to your white privileged mansion. Get a doghouse.
Peep, for all y'all colorblind racists out there, peep how when Chris went and he walked away from the whole party and that blind nigga was standing there and he was like, yeah, you have a good eye, blah 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 blah. And then when he was in the basement, the same blind nigga was like, I don't give a fuck about what color you are. I just want your eye, man. Which is like all those colorblind white people who go, oh, I don't see color, but they don't really. They also participate in anti-blackness by not caring about. Oh, I don't see color, even though this is a black person that you're doing this to, and he doesn't you know what I mean? For all y'all white people out there who don't see color. Yeah, I need to understand.
Fucking facts, B.
I need to understand that not seeing color isn't real. You're participating in anti-blackness, but because if you don't see color, that means you don't see the issues that color people go through at the same time.
It's kind of like the quote: "If you don't choose a side, you choose the side of the oppressor." By not seeing color, you're not choosing a side.
Exactly. That's why you need light skins around.
I'm light
skinned. To keep it real, you barely light skin by accident. His dad's white.
Also, yeah, Chocos. I also liked how the movie didn't go into like any of those corny ass horror movie type things. Like nobody's eyes got fucked up. Nobody's eyes changed color or anything.
Nah, he stabbed Shorty in the eye with the knife.
Yeah, but I'm saying like no like demonic possession took place. You know, they did like corny shit like that. You know what I mean? They kept it very literal.
It definitely wasn't a demonic possession movie.
Stylized. Yeah, but they could have done sleazy, corny horror movie stuff, and they didn't. They played Redbone. They just kept it
stay soft. Niggas creeping.
Could we just have a conversation about how good that song is?
Don't catch you sleeping.
Well, the fact that there's no voice modifications on his voice, that's wild.
No. There are voice modifications on his voice. It's just they're all his voice. But stay woke. Oh, so what I do is after the movie, because the movie is so well reviewed, afterwards I went and tried to find some bad reviews from racist white people, and the shit that they were saying was mad funny. My nigga was like, he's like, I'm not racist. But it was hard for me to identify with Daniel Kaluuya as the main character because he looked like an African witch doctor.
Nigga said, I'm not racist. Yo!
Nigga said he looked like a witch doctor from a 1970s film. I was fucking weak, son. The nigga was like, here we go, another one of those hate white, let's all hate whitey movies.
Niggas said another one? How many? There's only been like 4.
What do those niggas say? What do those niggas say when something like 12 Years a Slave comes out? Where you see a movie that's very real, about a very real thing that very real happened. He goes, oh, here we go. Another let's hate white people for making us slaves movie. Get over it.
It's fucking, that's how this goes. He goes, Get Out, 12 Years a Slave, Django Unchained, and Roots.
Yeah, he talked about Django Unchained. Like, oh, here we go, another movie that's excessively violent towards black people. All because Quentin Tarantino wants a pat on the back of his black wife. Here's what you need to start doing: make some actual films.
Yo, that's so trash. Like,
yo, I love racist white people, son, because they keep it real. And Get Out shows that liberal
that's
white
why we
people
like
don't
Donald
keep
Trump.
it real. If you guys like that video, you should share. I'd think, right? I don't think that bad. I feel alright.
It's like mush.
It's just like moving.
Just keep it going.
Just like going out.
Whatever. You guys should like, subscribe, comment. What do you want to see from us? Tag a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a bitch to tell a hoe.
Falling out the jeans.
Yeah, give us write in the comments some topic that you'd like us to discuss. We'll give you our honest opinions. That's all we'll give you.
Nice.